Hello and welcome to TVC News at 4. The Court of Appeal in Akure has upheld the death sentence handed to Ramon Adedoyin, a prominent hotel owner, for his involvement in the murder of Timothy Adegoke, a former master's student of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Mr. Adedoyin was sentenced to death by the Chief Judge of Osun State for conspiracy to murder, concealment of fact of Adegoke's death, and murder of the student. Aside Mr. Adedoyin, two of his hotel staff, Adeni Yaderogba and Oyetunde Kazim, were found guilty by the court in the murder case of Adegoke, whose death occurred between the 5th of November and 7th of November 2021, while staying at the Hilton Hotel, Ile-Ife. The court's judgment relied heavily on circumstantial evidence, which pointed to the involvement of Mr. Adedoyin and his staff in the killing. Justice Oyebisi Omolaye, in a unanimous decision, upheld the judgment of Justice Ojo, which sentenced him and two of his staff to death by hanging. The court, however, quashed the decision related to the order of the trial court mandating the convict to be responsible for the education of the children of the deceased, Timothy Adegoke. The Court of Appeal, in its judgment, also held that for convictions, the jurisdiction of the trial court is limited to the statutory provisions as to the penalty provided by law.
The court quashed certain aspects of the decision of the trial court, especially the decision that relates to the order of the trial court mandating the respondent, the convicts, to be responsible for the education of the children of the deceased Timothy Adegoke. The court, in its judgment today, held that for convictions, the jurisdiction of the court is limited to the statutory provisions as to the penalty provided by the law. So the statutory provision is either the trial court complies with the maximum penalty or the minimum. So anything outside the two, the court will not have jurisdiction to so do. So on that basis, the conviction of the appellant, Dr. Ramon Adedoyin, that he will be responsible for the education of the deceased, forfeiture of his property to the state government, have been quashed by the Court of Appeal.
Away from that, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umuena, says his administration is prepared to support investors in the state across all oil and agricultural sectors for overall development of the state and employment opportunities. The governor said this during a courtesy visit by the management of Seplat Oil Company to the government house, Oyo. Governor Eno appreciated the oil company and assured that his government will continue to ensure an enabling environment for investors. Chief Executive Officer of the company is seeking to build a strong and mutually beneficial relationship with the Akwa Ibom State government and the communities within which they operate.
I don't believe in going to see anyone when trouble starts, So you're doing the right thing, and I'm happy to receive you, to welcome you to the state. We want development. We want people to invest in the state, and we'll continue to support that. Our job as government is to create that conducive environment, partnering with, of course, the investors themselves. The community don't want much. For me, all I believe they want is, like you said, invest in the people you have there, invest in infrastructure around the community, partner with government to create employment for our people. And I must say, I'm